Well, hello friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. I am back from working on this deck for the day, and I'm here doing some work in the man cave, and that is my cable. Yeah, so this is the put on the ground for our cable, so that way the dogs won't trip over it or people won't trip over it, and I can hide all the wires. So thank goodness this came. Now if I can just get my cover, yeah, this is going to work a lot better. This is nice and heavy duty. It's amazing what you can do with Amazon. You know, they're literally taking over the world. I get that, but I've been looking for this in the stores and I can't find anything that's even close to what this is, but this is perfect. But anyway, we've got some stuff to deal with our Cowboys. We are a week away from the kickoff of the season with the Texans versus Kansas City, and then come Sunday, we've got the Dallas Cowboys going to LA against the Rams. And it's between now and Saturday that the team has to make final cuts to the roster to get down to the 53-man roster and then do their practice squad. And so far, here's what we have to date. Right now, we're talking about 7 players that have been cut, waived, or released. Of course, yesterday, Devin Smith and Adam Redmond. Waived were quarterback Clayton Thorson, Charlie Tampua, tight end, offensive tackle Pace Murphy, waived injured Mitch Hyatt, and Wyatt Miller. So that's what we've got cut right now. Now, a bigger worry for the Dallas Cowboys is actually Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper, the team seems to at least put out there that they're not real worried, that this is more precautionary. But we've got Amari Cooper working out on the sidelines with, you know, the elastic bands and stuff, doing individual drills and not participating with the team itself. Hopefully this is not the plantar fasciitis, because that's one of those things that's a lingering injury. Hopefully this is just something minor and more precautionary. The thing with Amari Cooper, to me, is as much as you'd like to have everybody out there practicing, he's kind of like Gary Clark. Gary Clark went to JMU, played in the USFL, played with the Washington football team, was always injured to the point where he couldn't practice during the week. He could never ever practice during the week. But come Sunday, he was able to step it up and play like he'd been practicing all week, and that he was healthy. But of course, it was, I don't know if it was shooting up for medication and things like that, but he always knew where he was supposed to be, and they ended up being able to rely on him. And when you think about Amari Cooper, he's probably had more practice this year that we've had COVID than he has in any other time with Dak Prescott. Think about it. His first year, he came in the middle of the season. You know, they had 1 week of practice and they were lighting the ball up, from the get-go. Last year, he dealt with plantar fasciitis and really wasn't even on the active roster till the last week of training camp, and it was in doubt whether or not he could play then. So I'm concerned about Amari Cooper, but I'm not worried about him. Now, the other flip side of this is the Cowboys have enough depth at receiver and tight ends that they can do a lot of different things. You know, Zeke Elliott kind of threw a little shade at Jason Garrett, saying that we're not really changing a lot of things, but we are marrying our passing and our running, so we're disguising a lot of what we're doing. And see, this is where you could go into a 2 receiver set, 2 tight ends, and you can do pretty much anything you want out of that. I know that's not one of those sets that some of my younger brethren out there like too much, but see, with that 12 personnel with 2 tight ends, with Blake Jarwin there, you still basically have a 3 receiver set. And if you use that for play action, that's one of those opportunities that you end up saying, okay, if you're a defensive coordinator, it looks like a run set, 2 tight ends. Typically the Cowboys run heavy on that. But you could end up putting CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup on the outside. You got Zeke Elliott. You got Blake Jarwin. And you fake the dive, roll Dak outside, and you've got one-on-one matchups. And see, this is the games that we'll see. So do I want Amari Cooper 100%? My God, yes, I want that guy to be, 100% ready to go, especially on the road. But this is the good thing for the Cowboys when you look at it and say, okay, we got one receiver hurt. The flip side, when you think about the Eagles, we're worried about one receiver being nicked up. The Eagles with Jeffries, who has not been able to practice at all and is going to be at least a few weeks in the season. Their, top picked wide receiver, and Ragar, who's got a labrum injury and definitely is not going to be ready for week 1. We think about Dallas Clark. Wow. Dallas, Dallas, their tight end. I think he's back at practice, but he's missed significant time. And Zach Ertz, another guy who's missed significant time. When you think about those guys that literally, they got 4 guys that are pass catchers that there's question marks on. We're still in a lot better shape, and we have a lot more dynamic players that we can, and combinations that we can throw in against other teams. So we still have some more cuts that are upcoming. I've been out literally when I work out there in no man's land. I can't get a cell signal. Literally, it's roaming, and I didn't even think that you can still roam this day and age. And when you do get out of roaming, it goes to 3G. I didn't know 3G was still out there. So I've got a lot to catch up with to get back on pace and things. But tomorrow I'll actually be here for the most part, so I'll be able to really keep ahead of everything that's going on. But I'm gonna get to work, and it's kind of nice. It's hot. It's kind of steamy. I got these 2 ceiling fans that are blowing, but I got my computer right here so I can start going through and figuring out what's what and who's who. Amari Cooper, like I said, I'm sitting here looking at the Bleacher Report. Amari Cooper remains limited, non-participant in the last 4 practices. So we'll get on. We're talking about Cooper Rush and the New York stinking Giants. Okay. And Jason Garrett. Anyway, that's all I got right now. I'll get caught up, and we'll do a feeding frenzy out here with the fishies, and keep on working and making sure that this place is ready for the kickoff of the season. I'm Mark Holmes, and man, I'm tired, boss. I'm real tired. Whew. I need to get up and turn the camera off. I'm getting there. All right. I'll be back later with more news on the Cowboys.